was directed by Tim Hill and stars James Marsden and Russell Brand, or just Russell Brand and James Marsden. This movie came out. This movie came out March 2011, which would have. I wish this movie would have come out in April 2011. Would have been better because the movie is recently an Easter film, and I don't know why. So in this, it's a kids movie though. You know, kids love Easter, and I'm not much of an Easter guy. I'm not really into Easter. Not really. Sorry. But in this movie, in this film, this movie is mostly about Easter, and this film takes place in Easter Island. It's about EB, a rabbit who a bunny or a rabbit, whatever he is. So EB, who that pronounced Easter Bunny, I guess, who's about to be crowned for Easter Bunny. He just doesn't want to because he wants to be a drummer. His father wants him to give up on drums to get his life together. He runs, and EB runs away from Easter Island and also goes to Los Angeles, California. He meets James Marsden's character, who's named Fred O'Hare, who's I don't even know, who's just a man who I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. And yeah, and he meets him and James Marsden meets EB for the first time. They bond in relationship with each other. They talk about Easter the entire film, and we get and also Carlos, who's a chick. Carlo wants to become crown Easter Bunny, but EB's father said no, because he's a chick. And then Carlos wants to take over the entire population of Easter, and EB has to stop him and save Easter. This movie is extremely made for kids. It's because this is it's a children's movie that has to do with Easter. And also, guys, I forgot to say Happy Easter. It's Easter Sunday. Happy Easter, by the way. That's why I wanted to review this movie today. The reason why I wanted to review this movie today because Easter is just I'm not really an Easter person. Easter is not really much of my favorite holiday. Easter is not really much my favorite holiday that much. Not even close. Even though Easter egg hunt's going on, and yeah, this movie actually what it's going on, and this is a live action CGI film that Universal and Illumination Entertainment made this movie. Not really animation. They made this movie into a live action animated film with all these chicks, bunnies or rabbits, whatever they are. No, bunnies actually. Have all these bunnies and rabbits and chicks, chocolate candy and Peeps everywhere, just straight candy. And what my only good in this movie, I've gotta say, Russell Brand. I didn't really have a problem with Russell Brand playing EB in this movie. He's actually really good as EB. He's really good in this. He's really good as EB in this movie. I like the way when EB. My most favorite parts of the movie when EB mostly plays drums. Yeah, he mostly plays drums the entire. He's really good at playing drums. And I'm like, who taught you how to play drums? And Hugh, Laurie, if that's his last name, apology if I incorrect your name. My apologies. He's really good as EB's father. He's really good in the film. Hank Azaria, who was Guy Gamel from the Smurfs of 2011, from the Smurfs movie 2011. He's okay in this movie. James Marsden, he's fine. I gotta say, James Marsden is fine. James Marsden in this movie, he's not likable in this movie. None of these characters weren't likable. My only complaints about this movie that the two main characters, which are Fred, played by James Marsden, and EB, played by Russell Brand, are not likable characters. They're not really likable in this movie. Is my only concern with this film, and this is something you'll have to let your kids watch on Easter, and the adults just gonna sit there and just like, I can't believe I just walked out of this. I can't believe we walked out of this movie with no message. Well, this movie actually gives a really good message. This movie actually gives a really good message of what you like about Easter. And that's what the only thing I love about this film is the movie is actually giving me what do you like about Easter, And what do you love about candy? What do you love about the Peeps? I don't really eat Peeps because Peeps are nasty because they're made out of marshmallows. I don't really eat those. They taste nasty. That I don't even know. Who knows? So my only thing about this movie that Illumination Films is basically made for animation, not for live action. And Illumination, these are the creators of Despicable Me that made this movie. And I'm like, so you guys made this into the Illumination made this into a live action film full of CGI chicks, CGI bunnies. EB and his father are both CGI animals all over the like around the movie, the whole entire film. And the only thing that's in this movie, we have the pink parades in the film. These little Charlie's Angels, looking bunny rabbits ish. They're on the search for EB because EB recently ran away from Easter Island. So EB's father, who sends them out to go find EB, and they keep looking for him, and otherwise he keeps running away. And I'm like, and they don't even talk at all either. There was no voice actresses there was no voice actresses, and I was like, there's no voice acting with the pink parades. Those bunnies look like a little bit like the Cup Girl Scouts or something meets Charlie's Angels of some sorts, meets a little bit like the Cheetah Girls some type of way in this film. But they look more like Charlie's Angels type characters that's been on the search for EB. There was this one scene I didn't like in this movie. The only thing I didn't like about this movie is this one scene in the movie where EB was singing I Want Candy. And I'm like, oh no. And then when I heard that song, I covered my ears for like a few minutes until the song was over. I'm like, I'm never listening to this song again. And we did get some really good cameos. Like we get David Hasselhoff. Well, we did get a little bit of David Hasselhoff in the movie. You know, David Hasselhoff from the SpongeBob SquarePants movie and the oldest show called Baywatch, which is also a movie. The other cameo that I'm not gonna take nothing away. That's all. So the movie is fine. You know, I like this. I still like this movie, but I'm not an Easter guy. I'm not really into Easter all that much. And if you're a big fan of Easter, you know, kids love Easter. They do like, you know, I don't even know anymore. But that's all I gotta say. But my only thing about this movie that Universal and Illuminations could have made this out of animation versus making this into a movie. This movie kind of a little bit copied from the Smurfs a little bit and a little bit off of Sonic the Hedgehog, but not really close. Not to Sonic the Hedgehog because this was before Sonic the Hedgehog came out in theaters this year. Sorry, this year, probably 2 months or something. No, 3 months actually, and it kind of a little bit copied off of Smurfs because EB is in Easter Island, and he goes to Los Angeles, California. How is that? That is really not likable. And if you're a big fan of Easter, if you love Easter, you might enjoy this movie. And that's all I got. That's all I know for this film. And I'm glad what I love about this movie is EB and Fred giving really good chemistry throughout the entire movie. They give really good bonding relationships, talk about Easter, of how EB wants him to like, what does he like about Easter, and what's he like about the Easter egg and the candies and the Peeps candy or something. Everything that has to do with Easter, just straight Easter the entire film. And I'm glad this whole entire movie focuses on the message, and the film's actually giving you a really good message of what do you like about Easter. And that's what this film's actually about. And also, EB and James Marsden, it look more like EB actually gives the audience, the younger audience, of what they like about Easter, and what's it like to give out Easter baskets to children, to little elementary school kids. And I'm sure elementary school kids probably have not seen this movie. I'm sure maybe they might really like watch this movie probably during the day of Easter Sunday, like every year or something. I don't know, but it is what it is. That's all I gotta say for this. Mostly a little bit on this movie review. I'm gonna try the movie. I might review another movie. I don't know which movie I'm gonna review, but I'll figure that out. So that's all I gotta say for this movie review for Charlie's Angels. And also, I forgot to say the main villain, who's Carlos in the movie, who's the big chick in this film. I can't stand him seriously. I can't take him seriously. I don't know why he wants. I don't know why he's the main villain in this movie. I just don't understand why they would make him as a bad guy in this movie. And he has a little guy named Phil as well, that Phil only takes command from Carlos, the big chick, and Phil is the little chick. And I'm like, okay, that's all. So, and also we did get some really good drum moments in the movie. Like we get EB's playing drums and stuff. I like this one scene in the movie where David Hasselhoff is actually giving he's trying to I don't even know what he's doing. And he lets EB play his drums, and he's really good with drums. And then David Hasselhoff is like, I like it, and he loved it. And I'm glad this movie actually is really giving a message with this film. You know, the movie is actually pretty good. Sometimes the animation is, they try to make the animation film. The factory in this movie looks more like the factory from the Santa Claus, from the Disney Santa Claus movies with Tim Allen, because it kind of copied off of those, kind of copied from the factory a little bit copied from the Christmas factory of the Santa Claus films, and it kind of did a little bit, but they tried to make the animation of the factory look shiny enough. But the only thing, but they made it a little bit more like cartoonish animation, a little bit, sort of. But that's the only thing about this film. But I'm glad this movie is giving you a really good message of what you like about Easter, what do you like about Easter Sunday, what do you like about candy, what do you like about Easter baskets, and what's the message about Easter. And that's all I gotta say for this movie review for Hop. For those people who have never seen it, watch it before you watch this review. And that's all I gotta say for this movie review for Hop. And I find this movie pretty good, but it's not made for me, even though I'm an adult. But this movie is also made for kids. Even though I understand this movie is made for kids, which I understand is a children's movie, but I still love it because it's been part of my childhood for a while. So that's all I gotta say for this movie review for Hop. So be sure to like, subscribe, press the notification bar, follow me on Instagram, comment down below, and I'll see you on my next video. And thank you for watching, and also, Happy Easter.